Hey, what's up, everyone? We're back with another BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything. We're joined by the winner of the Connecticut card, Mike, the the lone wolf Trizano. How you doing, sir?
Great. How you doing?
That was a mouthful. I was struggling to get that out. Like I'm nervous talking to you. You're like a big deal. Kamosi said you're one of the coolest guys he knows.
Uh, Chris is the man. We went. It's been a while since we hung out because he's all the way out in Colorado and traveling all the time. But we went elk hunting a while back. He's a good dude.
So I always reach out to people, and that was the question he said. He said, "Hey, ask him about elk hunting with me and Jacoby," and he said that you're super lucky.
Dude, it was an awesome experience. Love it. There's nothing.
Oh,
I love fighting and I love hunting. That's it.
do you like? Or do you live in Jersey or?
Yeah, I live in Jersey.
Do you do much hunting in Jersey, or do you have to usually like leave to go do that?
No, I do a ton of hunting in Jersey. Whenever I get the chance, I'm doing it. So
What, like deer? Like what? What do you like to hunt?
I'll hunt anything. No, in Jersey, there's not much. I mean, it's just white-tailed deer and black bear.
Sure,
So that's pretty much what I'm hunting in Jersey. Sometimes I'll go for turkey. There's a
sure.
lot of bird hunting, but I don't really do much bird hunting. I'm usually hunting big game.
I too am a big game hunter, so we're excited. We my wife drew a bear tag this year, so she's excited. It'll be her first bear, so that'll be
Oh,
cool.
hell yeah, yeah. I went black bear hunting up in Maine a bunch of times. Got myself a bear when I'm
Very cool.
there. It tastes great.
Okay, so have you found a new home in BKFC? Like, I mean, like you absolutely dominated. Like, you looked phenomenal there. Is like BKFC going to be your new home for a while, or?
That's it. That's it. A blast. Definitely prepared for a war.
Yeah,
Obviously a 60-second knockout. It's best case scenario, but hats off to Louis. I have a lot of respect for him taking it on 3 days' notice. Uh, I was excited to get in there with a veteran of BKFC, so it was fun. I'm ready to do it again.
does anything change like short notice? Like, does that make you like nervous because you didn't get a game plan for anything, or a fight's a fight and you don't care?
I like to fight, but honestly, I feel like a short notice change of opponent is somewhat easier because you're not thinking about the guy as much. Like normally when
Okay,
you book a fight and you're like 8 weeks out, you're thinking about the same guy for 8 weeks, and then there's a lot of emotions going on. You start to doubt yourself, and then you're like, no, I can do it. But with a change of opponent last minute, you don't really have much to think about. It's just another body. You just get in there and fight.
did you sign a multi-fight deal, or are you doing like I know a lot of the guys do like when they first start, they just do one fight deals to figure out if they like it or not. What's your deal
Uh,
like so far?
I did a one fight deal, but we're gonna talk and get negotiations and see what's next.
Well, you are a member of First Round Management, I believe, and so they sure like to have their fighters on BKFC, and they like to get their fighters paid. So you're in good hands, I feel like.
So
So does 155, is that where you want to fight at, or is that a good weight for you, or?
go 155 and I can go 145. So either one works. I did this one at 55 just because I didn't feel like cutting weight. But
Sure.
you know, honestly, like wherever the matchups are, that's where I'll go. My teammate Jimmy Rivera is really fighting at 145, so that's why I kind of was like, all right, I'll just go. I'll do 55. See how like the title run goes for him because I know he's going to probably end up getting the winner of Ty and what's
Duran.
his name, Gallo,
Yep.
Gallo.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens with that, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Did Jimmy give you any advice that like really helped in the before the fight, or again, a fight is just a fight?
Hey, you just said it's a lot different than the 5 minute rounds that we're used to in MMA because there's really like no feeling out process. You don't have time. It's a 2 minute round, so if you're busy just moving around trying to feel out the fight, the round's over. So definitely higher paced, uh, less less time to really feel it out. You just got to go. And I mean, it was so much fun for as long as it lasted. And I'm 100% down to do it again.
So is it one of those things like is there any sort of adrenaline dump afterwards, or like I mean you've done it so many times and you've fought so many times that like you've got it all down to a science basically.
Yeah, a fight's a fight, whether you're doing MMA or it's boxing or it's relatively the same feeling before a fight and after a fight. But I definitely doing the bare knuckle for the first time, it lit a fire underneath me, and it really it made me nervous, and I like that feeling because it makes me more hungry. And, it brought back a lot of excitement because I've been doing MMA for so long. You know, sometimes doing it for a long time, you like kind of almost lose the drive a little bit, and training's a lot harder when it comes to MMA. So when I was offered the BKFC, I was like, this is something new. I'm in. And, it's exciting.
So we've talked to Jimmy, and he said it like he likes that his body doesn't feel nearly as beat up training just for BKFC. Did you notice something like that, or do you still
Oh,
train MMA quite a bit?
oh no! Well, when I signed to fight BKFC, I was only boxing, so
Okay,
it was the healthiest I've ever been leading up to a fight. Uh, yeah, I mean, not taking away like wrestling aspect of MMA, which is definitely the hardest part, brushes your body. So throughout a fight camp, especially when you're cutting weight and stuff, you're wrestling hard, jiu-jitsu, and then you're kicking and punching. So definitely take more damage. Like I said, this is the healthiest I've been for any fight I've ever had in my career. It's definitely because you have to wrestle for 8, 9, 10 minutes.
did you come out of it unscathed? Like no issues with your hands? Were you sore with the hands at all, or like your hands held up fine?
Oh, my hands held up fine. I mean, when I landed the punches, it was like almost hitting a baseball in the wheelhouse. Like it didn't feel like I hit him hard. It
Okay.
just were clean shots. But yeah, my hands are fine.
Okay, so Jimmy talked. We asked Jimmy to give us a question. He said you're very patriotic. You're very like American. So he said, ask him what it's like to be an American.
Work hard all the time. Good things will come your way. Sometimes shit happens, but you know we are able to pursue our dreams, and it's because of where we're at. Like all the soldiers, our military that allow us to be able to do what we do every day is it's not common, and I'm just super grateful to you know kind of do do what most people don't.
Sure.
I never wanted to sit behind a desk 9 to 5, hate my job, and do that for the rest of my life. Like I'd rather make no money and enjoy what I do than make a lot of money and be miserable every single day. So just all the hard work that I've put in over the years, I've just managed to carve out a life for myself in fighting, and it's just hard work, and that's it.
Are you one of those guys that's able to just fight full time and make money, or do you have a job on your and you do fight on the side?
I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I get too bored. So
Sure.
I don't want to sit around. It's great being able to spend a lot more time with my family, but I need to do something. So I'm training. I teach martial arts as well for Tiger Showmans. That's who I train
Okay.
with. I've been doing that forever. So I mean, as long as I've been training, I've been teaching martial arts, kids and adults, and I enjoy it. It's like I don't have to work. I get to work out all day, every day.
So that American flag cowboy hat, is that something you wear all the time, or is it just for fights? Or I mean, that's a very unique looking hat you got there.
uh, yeah, I've been wearing it for fights. I mean, I've worn it in the past for not fights, but funny. I enjoy wearing cowboy hats. Like I have a ton of them.
Okay.
The when I was on the Ultimate Fighter, they asked we had like a request list to see.
I'm not sure if you're still there. I lost you for a second, but we'll see if you come back. Oh, there you are. Yeah, yeah. Now I can hear you. You said
Sorry,
when I was on the Ultimate Fighter, and then I lost you, but you're back.
yeah, when I was on the Ultimate Fighter, we had like a request list, and I asked for a cowboy hat and an American flag because I was going to walk out with a cowboy hat and an American flag, but I guess it must have looked like I said American flag cowboy hat, they ended up getting that for me, and then that's just how I ran with it.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. Okay, another thing. So we talked to Kamosi again, and he said he wanted to talk about tough, and that he knew you were going to win from the beginning, and he said he like wrote it down and he showed you. Did you have high like? Were you expecting to win when you went on tough, or?
I mean, I was expecting to give everything I had, leave it all out there. You know, I had said I was going to win the Ultimate Fighter when I had first started training. I had one of my teammates, Luis Gaudino. He was on season like 14 or something at the time.
Okay.
I told my instructor, I was like, I want to do that. I'm going to win season 25 of the Ultimate Fighter. Just watch. This is when I just started, so it's going to be
Hmm.
years later. I was 2 seasons off. I won season 27, but I had told myself I wanted to do it and I was going to win it. I made it happen.
Okay, are you one of those guys like before a fight you're nervous? Like it's weird. Some vets, they still get very nervous. Other guys say it's just another day in the park. Like, what's your like the day of the fight? Are you nervous at all, or?
There's always nerves. It's just having a lot of experience. You know how to handle the nerves and deal with it. Everybody's nervous before a fight, regardless what they say. It's just you can either use it to fuel you, motivate you for the fight, or it can crush you and break you. So it just all depends on how you can handle it. Obviously, having a lot of experience and a lot of ring time will make it easier for you to adapt and handle the nerves.
Okay, it seems like with BKFC, there's a lot of stigma, like, oh, it's violent. And I mean, there's definitely a lot of cuts. Was it something like your wife and your family, like they didn't want you to fight bare knuckle, or they support you no matter what? So they were happy to see you fight.
They support me no matter what, but I mean, when I said I was going to do bare knuckle to my mom, she definitely turned ghost white. But that's why they invented
Um,
red wine. So,
are you one of those guys? Do you watch it? Like, have you watched a lot of the BKFC, or do you only watch when like friends are fighting? Or
dude, believe it or not, I'm like I don't really watch too much fighting just in general. Like when I was
right?
fighting MMA and UFC, and I would only really watch for the most part if they were like really big cards, or or if my teammates were fighting. But other than that, like for the most part, like I'm like a big football fan, baseball fan, hockey. So like I'll watch those if like there's big games on. I'll watch those over the fights. To be honest.
It is kind of interesting because I'll be blown up like on fight night. Hey, did so and so win? Because a lot of you guys don't watch because I don't know if it's because you're surrounded by it so much that you lose a little bit of the appeal. But it's kind of amazing how many like fighters only watch certain fights, and then for the most part, like it's just like I said, I feel like it takes up so much of your time that like it's nice to have that downtime and be away from it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, we're training every day. We're around it all the time. Like sometimes you just need a break from it and want to do other stuff. So, I understand completely because that's what I do.
So if you weren't a professional fighter, what sport would you have went professional in?
Probably nothing because I wasn't that good.
Are you
I didn't
a
have the
Devils
size
or a
for
Rangers fan?
football and
Okay,
Rangers.
that's exciting.
Yeah, they're doing well. So
Okay, so we have quite a few people in the Reddit that are from New Jersey. So they would like to know what is your favorite thing about New Jersey other than you don't have to pump your own gas?
I think I'd rather pump my own gas. I'd be done quicker. But
Yeah.
I'd have to say the food. Best
So
food.
a lot of times so a lot of times when you see like New Jersey on TV, they make it kind of dirty. But like I mean you guys like have like loads of woods and stuff. Is there anything like do you have a favorite place you like to go like the beach or like I said you have actually have quite a bit of woods out there?
Yeah, I mean, I live in farmland. Like majority of Jersey is all farms and yeah, woods. Like it's only really like the Parkway and the Turnpike that's on like the eastern side of Jersey, leading up to into like the city and like Hoboken areas, like the city areas that kind of like all industrial. But for the most part, I mean, it's green, it's nice, it's beautiful. I have a ton of family that live down the Jersey Shore, so I'm down there all the time. My parents live down there, so beach and woods. That's usually where I'm going. I stay away from the cities.
Okay, and then my last question I usually ask people, do you remember the first time you were in a street fight? The first time you punched somebody out of anger? It's usually like in elementary school. Do you remember you remember your very first fight?
First fight. Yeah,
Or do you have a memorable fight you can tell us about?
I feel like there's a few, but I mean, there was one fight where it was usually always like my friends getting into arguments and then I'd have to help them. But there was this one fight where one of my
Right.
buddies was arguing with one guy. Guy, I don't know what the deal was. They went outside, and then one of the other guy's friends was about to sucker punch my buddy. So I I moved him away. I was like, "Don't even think about it." And he was hammered, but he was a big guy. He was like 6'3", and he started getting in my face. I said, "Get out of my face, or I'm going to knock you out." He's like, "Oh, you can't do anything." Blah 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 blah. So, and then he grabbed me by the collar, and I cracked him. He went down. I jumped on top of him, and then all of a sudden, like I got lifted up, and it was the bouncer at the bar. He picked me up
Yeah.
off the guy before I did any more, and he's like, "I saw everything. That was self defense. Go inside and keep drinking." I was like, "Okay." And I went inside.
Okay, well, I hope to see you again. Like I said, it'd be great if we see you at 155. Is there anybody you want to give shout outs or sponsors or friends or anything like that?
Yeah, I just want to shout out my team, Tiger Shamans. Best place to train. We got such high level striking and everything, and it's because of their training that I'm where I'm at. Shout out to my family for always supporting me. Shout out to Edge Pro for giving me rehab and helping me feel better, keeping me away from surgery, and yeah, that's it.
All right, man. Well, we look forward to seeing you. Can't wait. Hopefully, First Round Management gets you a big check coming and some more fights in the future for you.
Hell yeah, can't wait to get back in there.
Thanks, man.